Hi, this is Kwabi. Welcome to another episode of 50 Shades of Over 50. And for my fabulous guest this week, I have Neeahtima Dowdy, and she is going to be sharing with us some wonderful information. You want to stay tuned. Welcome. Yay.
Thank you, Kwabi. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
having me.
You are welcome. All right. So, first thing I want to ask is, how old are you?
I will be, let's see, what day is it? In 3 days, I will be 56.
Yay! That's so cool. Good. So I always do this. So when I begin, I always ask all my guests for their age. And the reason why I do that is I really want to showcase that, you know what, we're proud of our age. We're here for a reason, and we are not about to shrink back because we're of a certain age.
I'm very proud.
Thank you for sharing. In a proud way too.
I am very proud.
Love it. So let's talk about what you're up to. So I know you've kind of changed gears a little bit, and we just want to know what you're doing, because one of the reasons why I'm doing this show is I really want to showcase our voices, because guess what? Society isn't going to do it. No, they're not going to do it. So I'm taking it upon myself to share, information that's going to help other women in their 50s and over be inspired and motivated and encouraged to do whatever is on their heart, because a lot of us have things and we're like, I think I'm too old to do it. So
right.
I'm sharing stories so that they can be encouraged to do it. So tell us a little bit about what you've been up to and what changed for you.
Well, you and I share a mission, as you know, since you were on my show, in one of my early guests on my show. I have been a lifelong learner and reinventor. That's why I got a journalism degree. And really that's why, because I love to learn. I've always loved to learn. And my thought was, I was a good communicator and a good writer, but I thought, well, my profession would be to learn about new things, new topics. And, I meandered through corporate communications, which was the same thing, always learning about new issues, new industries, to even politics. So I had to, become an expert on various public policies at any given moment. So lifelong learner. Then, of course, I became a mom of 3, and that was the focus. I was running the empire that is the Dowdy family and making sure everybody was happy and successful and thriving. And, not mad about it. Love that job. But as it's winding down, in fact, our youngest graduates tomorrow from high school.
Congratulations.
So as it started winding down, we all start to reflect and reevaluate, right? And I was looking around and noticed there were women in my life, my age, even older, who were doing really cool things. My very best friend went back into the workforce when she graduated her daughters, and I thought, why do you want to do that? You don't have. Why would you want to do that? We're having a great time. We're having a great time. And in a few years, she was like COO of the company. And she's like a badass. And another woman that I knew was in the throes of divorce, had completed the divorce, was extreme. It was very, very ugly, was extremely depressed. It was during COVID, and, could barely get out of bed. And one day she woke up and said, I'm going to go to Michael's. I think I'm going to go to Michael's and I'm going to get a paint set. She'd never painted before. She wasn't an artist. And she just didn't put the brush down. She didn't stop painting. And so she healed through that. And also within 3 months, she was a commissioned artist. She is a full-time commissioned artist in her, like she's like 49 or something, and it was just 3 months. And as she puts it, God was holding on to that gift for just the time in her life that she needed it.
Yes.
So I was seeing these stories and I was going, maybe there's something cool I should be doing. what would that be? What would that be? And over margaritas with that same best friend who's the COO boss babe.
Yes.
I said, what if there was a YouTube channel where somebody interviewed women like you who were reinventing themselves in that next chapter so that it could show the rest of us
Yes.
that the world's our oyster. There's
That's
nothing
right.
we can't do. You know, we're not dead yet. And that is where We're Not Dead Yet was born.
Yes.
That's the name of my channel and my,
Yes.
you know, social media platform. And, you know, and now it's evolved. I just started it 8 months ago, I guess, 8 months ago. And I already have, you know, I've had like 16 or 17,000 views on YouTube, which is a
Nice.
lot for, you know, a
Yeah.
startup.
Yeah.
And you know,
Love
at the
it.
time, I didn't even know what Instagram was for,
Mhm.
and was terrified to put my face
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Instagram.
And that's not uncommon, you know.
You know, and
It-
now 8 months later, I have, you know, like 860
Yes.
followers.
Yes.
You know,
Love
and
it.
and I've done a couple reels with
Yes.
my face.
Yes. Yes. And
So
see,
yeah, just
this is the
stepping out
thing.
of the comfort zone.
Yeah. And what you're doing now is just wonderful because I know there are some women out there who have maybe Instagram accounts, TikTok accounts, different accounts, but guess what? They've never put anything out there. They just kind of
Yeah,
comment on other people and like and all that. And
yeah,
so this just take this as encouragement to just go out there and maybe do one post, do
yeah.
something.
Yeah. And you know, it's not just about, well, you know, you know, and I had these thoughts, right? Why do I need to do that? I don't need to promote
Yes.
myself. But more than that, well, okay, I have a YouTube channel. So now I had to do it, right? I had to tell people that it existed. So
Yeah.
I had to promote myself. But along the way, I have made friends around the world. It's the
Exactly.
new networking.
It is though. It is
I
amazing.
I made a friend with a woman who's an over 50 model in France.
Look at that. That's it.
And we went there on vacation and I got to interview her. And I'm still editing that one because
Yeah.
the subtitles are complicated.
Yeah.
but
But look at
but
that.
you know,
That was because you put yourself out there.
yes. And it's more than that. It's more than just self-exposure. It's the new networking. It's making new friends around the world.
Oh yeah, I've seen that in my life. I mean, most of the people I interview, I have never met them personally.
Right,
You know,
right. Well,
and
my
you know,
platform is based on in-person
yes, yes,
interactive interviews
yeah,
because it's video, not like
yes,
podcast.
yes,
So right now I'm focused on that. But you know, here I happened to be going to France on vacation. So I was like, can we meet in real
right.
life and do an
Yeah.
interview? And
It's great.
you know,
It's
so cool.
it's a beautiful thing.
It
I
is
mean, I
so
have met
beautiful.
so many people, especially, and for me, because my focus, just like yours, is over 50,
Hmm.
I am like just blown away by the stories I'm hearing. And I know that that is just a tiny piece of what most women are going through. Because I'll let
Exactly.
you know this, most women over 50 feel invisible. And I
Yes.
really want to change that because once they get to hear more of the stories that you and I share, they're like, huh, they're doing it. Maybe I can, take a little step
Yes.
and, do this or do that because we all have goals and desires within our hearts.
Right.
And sometimes we feel as we get older, we need to suppress them. But I want to let you know that no, that should not be the reason why you suppress your goals.
Exactly. And you know,
That is why you should do them.
right. And you know, my whole mentality about it I was thinking about this morning in
Mhm.
preparation for talking with you. It's shifted even a little bit. So when I started out, it was about helping women find their next big thing, to
Mm.
dream a big dream, to do a
Yeah.
next big thing.
Mhm.
And as I've interviewed more and more women, I've figured out that it's not about just one next big thing.
Mhm.
It's about having that growth mindset till the
Yes.
bitter end of life. I interviewed a woman. This is like the one remote interview I've done because I met a woman on Clubhouse
Mhm.
named Yael who lives in Israel,
Mm.
on the coast of Israel. And she's 61 or 2.
Mhm.
And she was amazing. All of the things,
I know, right?
continuing to learn. And it's really been a mind shift for me because she did in her 40s go back to school to become a videographer,
Wow.
which is so cool. But she didn't stop there. She helped, she in her videography business, she recorded an artist who was, wanted to do a course, an art course. And while filming her, she said, I think I'll try that. She is now also an artist.
I mean, look at
She
that.
decided she needed to get up and be moving. So, like in her 50s, she started taking belly dancing.
Love it.
She opened her own belly dancing studio.
Why not? I mean, that's like, why
in
not?
her late 50s. She said she saw these people. She lives on the coast. She walks the beach of Israel. And she saw these people paddleboarding. And she said, I want to do that. So at 61, she's a part of a paddleboarding group.
Exactly. Why not? And then listen,
so it's not just, it doesn't have to be a new career
or
one new thing. It's just keep exploring, open yourself up to anything, because anything is possible.
New experience, and it's whatever's new for you.
Exactly.
And it's very personal, because I think sometimes we get into this mindset of, oh, everyone else is doing this. No. What do you want?
Exactly.
This is the age where you can do that. Listen, when you were younger, maybe you're like, okay, I want to do what everyone else did. Now you don't need to blend in. You can just decide, I want to do this for no other reason, just because you want to.
Yes.
And
to dispel the notion, because your viewers don't know me and they think, oh, well, it was easy for her, but I'm not like that. I can't do that. No. I have clinical depression and anxiety, lifelong. I have severe social anxiety since I was a little girl. And that little girl still lives inside of me.
Oh, yeah.
And she still says, what are you doing? You can't do that. What are you thinking? So none of this is easy for me. Every day, every experience, like coming on here with you, I have to put on my big girl panties, and just do it. But the return is so worth the risk.
It is
so worth the risk.
I agree with you. And the thing, those voices are in all our heads. Whenever you do something new, it's just the way the brain has been designed. The brain is a very complex piece of who we are. But guess what the brain also does? The brain loves efficiency, which means when you do something new, your brain's going to be like, okay, sis, why are we doing this? we don't do this. We have this way of doing things. Let's stick with that. And so your brain is going to sabotage you intentionally, because it feels that you're doing something new that might harm you, because that's just the way the brain is.
It's also wired to protect us.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. And so your brain is going to do that. And so I want you to realize that those thoughts are normal. Expect them whenever you do anything new. In fact, if you're doing something new and it's not happening, something's wrong. When you're doing something new, your brain should be telling you, no, that's not going to work. Because guess what? Our brain loves to work on what we've done in the past. Like, listen, you go to walk, your brain has no issue with you walking. You know why? Because you've walked for a long time. You know how to do that well. You now decide, okay, I'm going to run. I'm going to do a marathon. Your brain's going to be like,
no, girl.
We're not doing that. That's out of our, that doesn't fit into what we're used to.
Exactly. To that point, I taught myself to run at the age of 46. I'd never run before. I couldn't run a block. Could not run a block.
Exactly.
And now I can run a 10K.
And that's what the brain
not too
does.
late. It's not
but
too
you
late.
Overcame the thoughts in your brain and you did it. And that's what I want for everyone listening.
Retraining.
You have to
I loved what you said when I interviewed you for my channel. You said, thoughts, they're just thoughts.
They're just thoughts. That's it.
They're just thoughts. They have no basis in reality or fact.
None.
They're just thoughts. And you can change them. You can think different things. And I love that.
And the thing is, we have to remember too that thoughts are just, you think of them all the time. They become normal to you, but that doesn't mean they're true. And so I want you to all remember that. It might seem normal, but they're not always true. Exactly. And so you can question them, you can challenge them, you can decide, nope, I don't believe that today. I'm doing this.
But the thing is, we get the bonus of getting to this age is we've lived through a lot. We've done a lot of hard things, especially if we've had children and raised children. we've done a lot of hard things.
A
So
lot.
we can tap into, I think that it's easier to, in some ways, to take those risks because at this age, we know what's, we're still here walking around the planet
Yes.
and we've done a lot of new and different things.
Yes.
And we know, we have the experience to know, we'll be here tomorrow, God willing, even if we post that selfie or that TikTok video, like
You're gonna be fine.
we're gonna be here tomorrow and
Yes.
life's gonna keep ticking.
Yes.
And who knows? It might be good. We might get
Yes.
something back in
That's the
return.
thing. Exactly. And the only thing that will happen when you post that is you feel an emotion. That's it. And you know what? The emotion will not kill you. I'm going to be honest with you. I've yet to see newsline headline. Oh, this lady died of embarrassment. Like, really, yet to see that. So
It
you're gonna
hasn't
be okay.
happened.
You're
It
gonna
has
be
not
okay.
happened.
That has not happened. In fact, what happens is when you buffer that emotion, where you try to stifle that emotion with overeating, over drinking, drugs, alcohol, overworking, that's what can cause harm to your body. But allowing the emotion and embracing it, you're good.
Yeah.
That's the human experience. That's part of the human experience. We get to do that.
I agree. I have enjoyed, you came into my life just as I was embarking on my venture and you had just written your book or
Yes.
just published your
Yes.
book.
Yes.
And so you've been integral to my journey.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and listen, we are all over 50. And I know Neeahtima kind of touched on this and sometimes people tell me this, oh, Bobby, you're so confident. Let me tell you a story. When I published my book, I didn't tell anyone for a month. You know why? Because my brain told me no one's going to like it. Why are you doing that? Ooh, they're going to criticize you for that.
Right.
And I listened for a month until my publisher called me and said, you know what? We need you to do a video on your book. And that's when I said, I don't have my book. And she was like, what? Why don't you have it? And then finally she says, Bobby, why did you decide to write that book? And as soon as she said that, when I remembered my why, it changed for me. And that was when I was like, okay, you know what? I don't care about what people think. I have a message to share. I'm going to do it. And so I want to let you know that sometimes you look at other people and think, oh, they got nobody. I'm just going to let you know, nobody has it figured out. We all have the same thoughts. We all have the same doubts that come up from time to time whenever we do something new.
Another shift that I've had that I realized over time was, I used to, growing up, not do things because I was scared, right? So I was a ballet dancer and, I've told all kinds of stories about why I quit. I was an apprentice to the Dallas Ballet. I got paid to dance. And I tell all kinds of stories about my ankles and, not wanting to be a starving artist. But the truth is I was scared. I was a singer. I didn't pursue, my teachers wanted me to pursue singing in college and I didn't even sign up for the, Glee Club because I was scared. So over and over, I didn't do things because I was scared. So now I'm doing something that for me is really, really scary. And it caused me to think, well, why am I doing this even though I'm scared?
Yes.
And I had this epiphany. I'm still scared, but what I'm afraid of is different now. I am afraid of not getting to where I want to go.
Yes.
I'm terrified of the what if.
Yes.
What if I don't try?
Yes.
What if I don't try? What if I don't get wherever it is I'm destined to go?
Yes.
And so there's still a fear, but now I do it because of fear.
Yes.
Because of the fear of not so much regret, but God's got great plans for me still, I'm sure. And what if I miss out on that one step or that one right turn that is going to take me to the promised land,
I mean, I love it. It's because we all have this. And I always say that when it comes to fear, I always say that fear is going to be with me. But you know what fear will do? I like to put fear in the passenger side. I'm driving, you sit on one side. You're not driving. You're going to be here. You can stay here if you want to. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You're not driving. I'm driving.
I
And
like
so
that.
we all have fear. Fear comes
Yes.
with us along the way, but that doesn't mean you don't do what you need to do. You still do
Right.
it, even when
Right.
you're fearful. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Some people think, oh no, this, but I'm like, no, no. We all have fear. As long as you're human, you have fear in your heart. We all do, you know?
Yes, it's inevitable.
It
But
is.
now my fears of what happens if I don't do it are greater
Mm,
than my fears of what happens if
doing
I
it.
do it.
Yes. Love, love, love. And I hope
Yeah.
all of you are listening to this because my goal with this is to inspire and motivate you in some way to go after your goal. Because the bottom line is the goals and dreams we have inside of us, guess who they're for? Other people, not for you. It's kind of like a singer. You know, you have a gift of singing. If you sing in your house all day, that's nothing. Nothing. You have to
Exactly.
share your voice with others.
Exactly.
And that's all those gifts that you have inside of you, share it with the world. The
Oh,
world needs,
beautifully said. Beautifully said.
you
And
know?
I know that uh women, there are women who think, oh, well, they don't know what their gifts are. And it's like Kathy, the now renowned artist.
Yeah.
Um, she didn't know that was a gift she had. So how do you find them? You just try. You just try.
Yeah.
What have you never done and you think that you'll be terrible at?
Yeah.
Go do it.
Go
Go
do
do it anyway. Because you don't know, like Kathy says, what gift God is holding on for you,
it.
or that you just haven't taken that step
That step.
into the
Forward.
abyss to
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
whether you have that
Yeah.
talent or that ability or that gift. So yeah, just do it.
Just do it. And I think as we get older, this is a time to really start, you know, experimenting with different things that you've probably thought, maybe I should. Now is the time to just go
Well,
ahead and just do
yeah,
it.
most of us have more time, right? That's
Generally, most of us do.
yes,
Yeah.
a lot of it is, when we're in the throes of raising little people, and running households, the time is not our own.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but most of us, especially if we are parents, are getting into our 50s and have a little more time on our hands. Even if
Yeah.
we work, we
Yeah.
still have more
A little bit more.
flexibility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is the time. You heard us
it's,
say
it
it. It's
is.
like just go ahead. Let's read about it. Let's see it. I mean, the other day I got a message from a lady who 51 years old. She's in medical school, first year of medical school. I'm like, that's so exciting. Like, just go after your dreams.
Unbelievable.
Don't I
That's
know?
wonderful.
Don't
That's
let your
wonderful.
age define what you can do moving forward. This next chapter can be way more exciting than your past. I'm serious. You get to decide that. No one else but you. You know?
I look at, now that I am on this mission,
Yes.
I meet more and more women who are also on this mission in
Yes.
other ways, and we collaborate,
Correct.
and they inspire me.
Yeah.
And many of them, I interviewed an influencer who has, like, I don't know, she makes full-time income being
Yes.
an influencer.
Yeah.
She's 61 or 62.
Yeah.
You
Look at
know,
that.
and she didn't start this until her mid to late 50s.
Look at that.
So I'm 56, but
Look at that.
who knows what I'll be at 62,
61, 62. Exactly.
you know.
Maybe Emmy
It's
Award winning
amazing.
production. Who knows? Who knows? Hey,
That's
listen,
right,
I
right?
always say if we're
Let's
gonna
go,
think,
Quavi.
that's it. I was saying that, you know what, if we're gonna think big because the same energy we're gonna use for a small one, why don't we use it for a big one?
Quavi, you and I can be the next Hoda and
Yeah.
Kathy or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Hosting this major show in New York and just
Right,
bring people in.
right.
Exactly. Why not?
Let's go, sister.
Yeah, let's do it. Exactly. Listen, I am so glad you came on the show. And so before we end,
you.
I'd love for you to share a message with our viewers, something that they can take away with them to inspire and motivate them.
Gosh, just open your heart to what might be out there for you. Don't count any possibility out.
Yes.
Don't count any possibility out.
Yes.
You don't know. It may be a possibility that you pursue that's an epic failure, but you might meet your new BFF in the process.
Yes.
I mean, you'll get something out of it.
Always.
And I know that, Kwavi, you are a never-ending source of inspiration, but I do hope that your viewers will also take a look at my YouTube channel. We're not dead yet.
Yes,
Women
I'm going to put
their next chapter.
Put the link in the show notes so that they can go out there and learn about what you're doing and all the amazing people that you're interviewing, because we all need to be inspired and motivated.
Yeah, but you know what? Women are half the population, so there's no limit to the inspiration that we can put out there.
Yes, I totally agree. All day, every day.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, my friend. I loved it.
Thank you. And ladies, if you're listening and you haven't subscribed to my channel, like seriously, what are you waiting for? Like really? Subscribe, do it, and share with other women too.
Yes.
Let other women be blessed by this information so they can be inspired and motivated and share with others too. And also, if this has kind of piqued your interest and you want to know more about a safe space where you can meet other women doing amazing things in the world, I definitely encourage you to look at my online community called Flourish. And I'm going to put the information in the show notes so you can click on it and learn more. Thank you so much, Neeahtima.
Thank you,
really
Kwavi.
appreciate you coming. And thank you guys for listening. And don't forget to tune in next week. All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
If you enjoyed listening to the show, you have to take a look at Flourish, my monthly online community for women in their 50s and beyond. We talk about the important issues affecting women in their 50s and over and provide tools and resources to help you live your best life. Join me by clicking the link Flourish Online Community in the About Me section below. I'd love to have you join me. See you there.